Going in, y'all. We going all the way in. All the way in. All right, all right, all right. So, all right. This video is an awakening generally. This video will be talking to your ego. This video will be talking to your truest self, which is your formless self. With the understanding of the information that I'll be presenting and giving in this video will allow you to sense through this realm, this limited reality, this tangible dimension. We are addicted to our sensations, to the sensations of this 3D realm. We really are. This will help us all tap into our true potential, raise, broaden our awareness, which is what we truly are in our formless shape, senseless shape. This will allow us as the temple, the person, the being, to sit peacefully in the present moment with a sense of calmness and acceptance of not only from the external world, us picking up information through our senses, with even what's going on up here, with even what's going on all throughout the energies and specific motions within our temple. But it will give us a sense of clarity so that we're able to just relax, not try to get comfortable physically, or not try to see through something, or try to see something, or not try to block anything out, or the reason why what we must do, as far as what we really must do, is recondition ourselves, period. But the reason why we must do what we have to do within this procedure of reprocessing ourselves, taking a step back, the reason why we must take the step back is because of the limitations. Our senses to the third dimension, limited senses, we're so used to indulging in it. Let me make sure something real quick. I'm gonna make sure. Alright, we good. Yeah, yeah, we good. All right. So I'll make this simple. I'll cut to the chase of what we must do. You can, as an individual, try it. Attempt to do it yourself, and gracefully you'll fall into the place of away from the limitations of this tangible reality and more into the place of your true self, which is awareness, saying that we are awareness. Just broadened awareness, let's say. This will broaden your awareness. This will allow you to give distance as well as sit and accept with your thoughts, with your emotions, with what you sense from the external world. Sense, touch, taste, see, sight, smell. It will give you, which in essence, consequentially give you a sense of clarity and give you a sense of patience, you know. So let's say what we must do is go back from I am the person, whatever your name is, I am your name, back to our true self, I am. If we are only I am, we are nothingness, which is infinite space for any position, for any standpoint, for any point of view. With the position being our name, let's say. So my name is Vincent. So I am going back from I am Vincent back to I am underline blank. So let's project that stature I am as being I am underline with nothing, with above the underline being blank. So I am going back from I am Vincent back to I am. Once again, which is nothingness, which essentially is everything, space for everything, right? Let's say. Now, I believe I said it in the beginning of this video. We are addicted to our experience. I want to leave it like that, but to break that down, what I'm saying, we are addicted to our experience in this dimension, in the confinement of this tangible reality. What we need to do, what we are going to do, what we must do is sense beyond the third dimension, sense beyond this. This is not an act of forgetting. This is simply an act of letting go, rising above, broadening, stepping back, giving distance, in order for us to raise our awareness. This is important. This is all we need to do. This will increase the betterment of your daily life, of your process, your processing mechanism, the way you process things, your thoughts, your feelings, this will help us all. This is what we need. This is our problem. This is the only problem. This will allow us to move from the experiencer having the experience, not only that, to being of the experience itself. For if we are aware that we are of the experience, there is no separation outside of the self For if we are of the experience, aware that we are of the experience, there is only a conscious position within the experience when it comes to the individual. Once again, this is not about forgetting about the individual within the experience, for example. This is simply about raising our awareness, broadening our awareness, so that we're not subjected under the influence and overly inspired by who we think we are, by that position within the experience. It's so easy for us to feel we are the experience or having the experience because paradigm, because we are so used to indulging with our senses, with our basic senses, even our two senses that we have total control of, our thoughts and our energies, emotions, to giving, to experiencing life in this third dimension. Literally, this is super simple. This is the facts, and this is simple. This is something that everybody can see without taking a look in the mirror, but just thinking about it. It's so easy to sense things effortlessly. We are aware that we're aware of what we sense in this dimension. In other words, if you hear something right now, like for me, I hear the rain. My awareness is, let's say, on enough. I am aware enough to hear the rain, to sense the rain in the form of hearing. Trees smell good too. All right, so what we must do, let me cut to the chase. We have to take the step back. How we do that? By going from I am Vincent, as an example, back to I am. How do we do that? There's an activity that worked for me. It's this activity. Oh, this activity is something. I tell y'all. I want y'all to try it too. So, what we are going to do is you sense everything, right? On this platform, on the surface, on the third dimension. You may be eating, you taste something, you may be seeing, if you're looking at this video, you may be hearing something. Oh, my voice, obviously. Yep. You may be feeling something, like my hands are underneath my legs, and I'm just like, you may be, what was the other one? Smelling. You may be smelling something. You may not be smelling nothing. You may just be smelling something. I don't know. You may be thinking something. You may be, like, your energies may be swaying in a specific, within your temple, in a specific motion, right? Now, we are going to attempt to not pay attention to anything in our experience. We are going to attempt to not pay attention to anything within our experience. If you want to do this with your eyes closed, that is good too. That would actually work. That would actually be, I wouldn't say necessarily better, but that would be a great idea. Especially if you feeling some deep emotions, or if you having some, I wouldn't say intense, but some potent thoughts. it would be good to close your eyes. Or even, it works anyway. Because what you truly are will never leave you. This is about giving our self of in our human flesh, our being, the opportunity to see who we really are. In other words, to sit in the seat of who we really are. To step into the being of who we really are. This will, this is it. So what we are going to do is attempt to not pay attention to everything within our experience. Let's put it like that. We are going to attempt to not pay. We are going to not pay attention to everything in our experience. Now, we're going to say it like this, like that. We're not going to say it like we're going to not pay attention to anything in our experience. No, we're going to change the word from anything to everything. We must do this because we must include everything in the reality, the tangible reality as a whole. This will allow us to organically, this will make the process more organic as far as, this will cancel out the chance of the person's judgment to get in the way of, liking or dislike or feeling and what to sense in the moment or what to let go of first. Oh, this and to keep that. And no, this is let's you can say this to yourself too, as far as I am going to not pay attention to everything within my experience. So we are going to not pay attention to everything within our experience, literally. So that's everything, starting off with the external world, what you hear, smell, see, touch, feel, as far as in sense of touch and taste. That will go away first. You'll notice your attention will come within your temple, within your energies, emotions. You'll be super aware of your energies, emotions, like maybe feel some intensity or some tension, nervous energy, your heartbeat. You'll step more into the awareness of that, your thoughts. So the energies, emotions, and your thoughts will, and the activity in your mind will, you'll be more presently aware of, because the external world, based off the mechanics of our physical, those things work on terms of, this is what we have to let go of, the addiction to that. So when we come in here, we'll be able to create that sense of separation. Because what happens in here is all our doing. Sometimes it feels like it's not, because we have a relationship between what we sense in the external world and what we indulge in us through our senses of the external world, and what's going on, the activity within our minds and energies, emotions, what we feel inside. So once again, we are going to not to pay attention to anything within our experience. Boom. You'll notice the external world, the senses of the external world goes away quicker, and you just have this super awareness of nothing but inside of your thoughts and your energies, emotions. Now, your thoughts and your energies, emotions are also in your experience. This is what we have to let go of. Our intellect. We have to let go of our intellect's hand. We've been busy giving our intellect preschool homework, when our intellect truly works for us. Now, this is the breakdown. Subconscious. We are unlocking our subconscious. Our subconscious, let's think about our subconscious like an open door full of infinite space, which lives where infinite possibilities, infinite chance, infinite opportunities live, obviously. Being infinite space. So the subconscious, let's think about the subconscious as an open door full of infinite space. Like infinite space, literally. Like infinite space. Whoa. So, because we've been giving ourselves positions, standpoints, as I am Vincent, opposed to I am, because I gave myself the position of Vincent, I sit more into the seat of the experiencer as Vincent, experiencing my experience of reality. And this is the limit that to make it easier, that we've been giving ourselves as having a position. Because if we give ourselves a position, our reality will be painted around that position. Our thoughts, the story, which our intellect tells, the story will be around the act, the point of view of Vincent, rather what Vincent been through, what Vincent's going to do, what Vincent likes, what Vincent don't like, what Vincent is good at, what Vincent is could work on, what Vincent heard, what Vincent saw, what Vincent. So the way we've been giving our intellect third grade, preschool homework, the intellect reaches its hand into the subconscious doorway, which is infinite space, and pulls out only what Vincent needs to paint the reality around the authority. Now, this is not, in a sense, okay, yeah, Vincent needs this. He wants this right now. This is not about that. This is not about the intellect digging in the subconscious saying, okay, this is what Vincent needs right now. This position is limiting us to rise up to the heightened paradigms of reality. The subconscious, being an open door full of infinite space, is telling the intellect, hey, I want to give you life every moment in all, in full, everything at one time in all, infinite space of infinite possibility, infinite chance, infinite opportunity. I want to give you all, literally. This is actually a matrix that we're in, prisoners of our own minds. It's funny because the intellect, our minds, the intellect is always working for us. Always, and never not worked for us. It's always working for us. But sometimes it feels like it's working against us because of our position in our experience. Because we actually think we have a position in our experience. This is why we must go from I am your name back to I am. For if there is nothing, for if we are nothing, we are everything. We are chance of everything. We are opportunity of everything. Vincent, writing Vincent over the underline, writing your name over the underline, I am Vincent, is a portal jump through of a reality. Because I think I'm Vincent, as a start point before, even being that I am, me thinking, the true me thinking that I am Vincent, hopping into a portal of Vincent, is only going to experience reality as Vincent. We must go back to I am. Once again, the reason why our minds, intellects, feel like it works against us is because the nature of our intellect is to dissect. Dissects your experience, pay attention to something, it dissects it, formulates constructs that you can broaden into an idea, break down to an idea, into words, sometimes into a feeling, sometimes into a voice in the head, or a smell in the head, or a sight in the head, or our intellect's nature is to dissect. So once again, the reason why our intellect, mind, feels like it works against us sometimes is because we feel we have a position within our experience, because we've given ourselves a point of view as the person, because we think we are an experiencer having everything we experience, which in terms limits us automatically to this, within this dimension, within this realm. It limits us because everything you hear will be initially registered from the position, from the standpoint, from the point of view of you. It's not even about who you think you are at this point. It's not even about what you think you like, what you don't like, what you know. It's just merely the simple fact that you think it, it it's you having an experience. So because everything is being experienced as, by you, it's truly a limitation. It's truly a limitation. And the reason this not the reason why, once getting this out, it'll be easy to see what we have to do, which is the first thing that was stated. The reason why we feel like that so like easily, like without thinking about it, like, oh, this is me having experience, is because we're addicted to our experience. We are addicted to what we're sensing as an individual. It's not about addicted to this or addicted to that or addicted to that or addicted to that. It's addicted to this being the receiver. I'll be right back. Check this out, y'all. So how we like recondition ourselves to come back to awareness itself is to stop paying attention to everything within our experience. We are truly fiends of our experience, and we really don't know it. we must come back to doing, talking about fiends and I'm smoking a cigarette right now. Check it out. I don't want you to get discouraged. Once again, it's not about, this is not about us being fiends to specific things on the outside that we can point at, that we can claim different than us. This is about being a fiend to be, being the receiver of the experience. We actually think we are this that's emitting. Like everything that's transmitted, you know, every happening of the external world, for instance, great example, the rain, is felt by us as we are hearing it. As in that you think you are, that you is what we're addicted to. Now, this is really hard. Once again, like in the beginning of this video, this is hard for people to grasp. The understanding may be there of what's being said, but this may be hard for people to actually try. Like, five of my life. This sounds like some spookerific, some bigger than life, bigger than the human flesh of you thing. Let me tell you something. I don't want nobody discouraged in this video. This is about letting go. This is about living stress-free, literally. This is about unlocking untapped potential. This is about coming back to our true selves, which in essence helps us regain our true power. This is about, which is with us being awareness, broadening our awareness. This is about not forgetting the person or disowning the beautiful experience as the person. For this is a blessing, but not our limits. This is about being able to experience life while still being conscious, which is the real use power, while still being, which is the real use consequence. It's just a happening. While still being conscious of your individuality as a person, having the experience, but also this is really about stepping in to the experience, being of the experience. Now feeling detachment. For if there is a one position, there is one authority. For if there is a you, everything experienced as an experiencer will be other than. For if there is a center in this paradigm of reality, for if there is a center within this 3D, everything else will be externalized and personalized. This is our problem. This is why we feel compulsive and impulsive to what we experience too. This is why we feel under influences and overly inspired, too inspired, overwhelmed. This is why. As the person, this is why. Because we are unconsciously personalizing everything. Let me make sure this is still running. All right. We are unconsciously personalizing everything. Not by choice a lot of times. You may have thoughts and it may be easy for you to personalize yourself in a thought. Maybe what's to do or what's to happen or what's going on. Or it could be good too. It could be not a necessarily irrational thought. Or, you could play a scenario in your head or something that happened. Maybe, like, for instance, for example, went to the studio, and your boys near your boys, and y'all rocking, y'all freestyling on the mic, and the engineer vibing too, and you may be able to formulate such a tangible construct of idea that you may be able to know, like, yeah, this is him, this is me, this is thing, this is. It's easy to personalize the thoughts being the experience as well. So, what this will do consequentially is create a sense of distance. It's not about not being able to see no more. It's just about broadening the awareness. It's about taking the book from in front of our face like this, and just extending our arms. It's literally, this is the consequence this is the happening that will happen. This is what will happen. This is a law of nature, of nature probably. Nature probably wasn't the best term, but this is a law that is beyond our control. This is the law of the universe. Excuse me. This is the law of the universe. Cause and effect. Consequences that happen are just happenings. This is why when you come to the place, you'll just realize, like, whoa, like, I feel like a sense of distance. Like, bear with me. So let's make this simple. One thing that we need to stop doing is believing the story. For the story is just a talk. The intellect tells you the story based off the position you give it, because the intellect answers to the authority, which is the standpoint of I am Vincent. The intellect answers to I am. So me jumping in the portal of Vincent, bing, everything around experienced as Vincent, with Vincent being a position within the experience. The intellect will answer within that realm. It's limited to telling a story within that realm of Vincent. We must go back from I am your name back to I am. Going back, we must feel the nothingness. We must let go of our attachments to our sensations within our experience. We must let go to regain our true power. Now, think of the world as infinite space, and this is us. Pure awareness, super pure. No form, no shape, in infinite space. This is us, awareness. No shape, no form, once again. Now, let's think of our awareness as having a hand, only one hand. Not being able to do anything else, but obviously be aware, it's awareness, right? But not being able to do anything else, has no ability except for this one thing. And that's the ability to gravitate attention, to take attention and place it somewhere. Literally. Even in these vessels, no matter how deep in the rabbit hole we go, no matter how much portals we jump through, no matter what realm we're in, our true self never leaves us, and we can truly only do this one thing: pay attention. As humans, we feel like, oh, it's a lot of things to do. Like as a person, jumping in the portal of Vincent, going from I am, jumping into the portal of Vincent, I am Vincent. Now I'm in a realm where I can do a lot of things. I can have a conscious sense of doing a lot of things, like a lot of things, which is so funny that our true self can only do that one thing: take attention and direct it. But as a person, you feel like you can do so much things. Like you got a job, you got a girlfriend, you got friends, you got bills to pay. You can sing, you can draw, you can dance, you can write, you can play basketball, you can play football. You know, you don't like this person, you don't like to do this, you don't like how this tastes, you like mushrooms, you like, you know what I'm saying? Feels like so much. This is the matrix. This is what keeps us trapped in the matrix. This is a blessing, actually. This is a fortune to have the opportunity to experience life in this flesh form. But is this life? Is this it? Is this really? This is great. This is great. As a person on 3D, it's fun, right? You could actually try to be somebody. As a person, you could this is great. But we feel stressed out. We go through anxiety, we go through depression. Because we have a hypersensitivity to the experience. We have a hypersensitivity to our experience within this 3D. This is about taking the attention lens off of the awareness lens. The attention lens is stuck on the awareness lens. This is the problem. This is the deficiency we're going through. ADHD, attention deficiency, hypersensitivity disorder. This, and it's not us to blame. It's television. It's just a lot of stimuli in the external world to get, you know, to see it as a lot to do. There's a lot. This keeps us occupied. But we must know that our true self, all our true self can do is take attention and direct it, is pay attention. For as human beings, that's the only currency we all have as humans. That's the only thing we can do is pay attention. We just been bamboozled into paying our one currency, attention, which is our only true power we have to take attention and direct it to what we're already freely aware of. So we think that, you know, it's really funny when you grasp and understand of this. This is why the activity that we must do as fiends to our experience in this third dimension is to fast ourselves, take the attention lens off the awareness lens. So we're super aware that we're here in this realm in third dimension. We're super aware of, you know, where we're picking up in the external world without even trying. Like as far as what we hear from the external world, what we see, you know, we're super aware of that, you know. We have to fast away from that. We have to create the distance, take the attention lens off the awareness lens. How we do that? This is why we must do this activity to try. We are going to not pay attention to everything within our experience. So once we do that, we will notice we are becoming super aware of what's happening, the activity within our temple, which you'll become aware of your thoughts, your feelings, not necessarily both. You may not, you know, be aware of those neither, which is okay. But you really won't, it will be like a sense of blocking out almost of everything in the external world. It would just be like, you know, you're placing your attention is still somewhere within your experience, these two places. Mostly, only, primarily. And once you get to that spot, you are going to find a space to pay attention to. Out of that experience. So find a space away from that experience to pay attention to. So once we attempt to not pay attention to anything within our experience, we are going to then hold that for 7 seconds and then find a space where, find a space to pay attention to that's not within that experience. So we're going to not pay attention to everything in our experience. And then we are going to find a space to pay attention to that's not within that experience. And then if you decided to close your eyes, this would be good to just close your eyes. Let's just say that. Let's just put it like that. It would be good to close your eyes trying this. Then once you open your eyes, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you may be indulging in something specific. That's okay. Whatever you're doing, you are going to not feel, think, see it as, sense it as you doing it. You're just going to do it, just gracefully, the same pace. If you could do it a little more slower, like about half a second slower, you move in like a quarter speed, cut off a quarter speed of what you're doing, you'll realize, you'll see. You'll gracefully step into your true space, your true place, which is pure awareness, which has no shape or form. This is how to take the attention lens off of the awareness lens. For we are truly only awareness, pure awareness, that has the opportunity and the chance and the ability to be aware of everything beyond this third dimension. With the only one doing what we're able to do as what we truly are, awareness, is to direct attention. This is how to raise up, to unlock the paradigm of our truest reality. For what we truly are, being awareness, has no reality of itself, but only the painting of reality in specific realms, as for instance, the person. I am Vincent. Having the position as Vincent gives the standpoint Vincent. The point of view is from Vincent. It gives a from, which has a point of view from Vincent, which the intellect will tell the story around the point of view of Vincent, the point of view of the position. For if I am strong, the intellect will tell a story. Feelings and thoughts. Energies, emotions and thoughts. Emotions and thoughts will reflect that position. For if I am, the subconscious, the intellect will not be limited to put in its hand into the subconscious doorway full of unlimited space and only taking limited resources to paint the reality around a position. For the subconscious can give life every moment in abundance. For you will feel it. For there will be no letting go of who you think you are. There will be no forgetting of who you think you are. There will just be a separation between you and the ego. There will be a and a sense of control, a sense of lightness, a sense of unlimited energy. This is unlimited energy. Tapping into that. It literally is. As a human, we, indulge in activities within this experience on this third dimension platform, or within the surface. We are limited to energy. We actually have energy resources. Like just like a phone and a charger. You know, as a person, as a human. But the real source, the generator, real source, unlimited energy. You'll feel it as a person. You'll feel like, dang, I feel like I could do a lot of things right now. Like, not a sense of anxiousness, but just a sense. It's funny because you'll have a sense of contentment with just not doing nothing, with just being present alone, which will in essence give you the feeling that you can do a lot of things, not just be subjected to doing one thing right now. You have this energy. You have a sense of separation with your thoughts. It's like you're automatically now, because of the law of the universe, consequentially, you're not really, you could have a specific thought that you had before, that you've been so used to personalizing yourself in the story. You could have thoughts and emotions, and you'll feel like it's not really you. Like it's not, you know. I love y'all. This is it. It may not be easy, it may not be quick, but it's simple. And you'll automatically notice it. Because for who you truly are, what you truly are, has no shape or form. It is awareness. It's not about letting go and going forward into a smaller box. It's about stepping away. For the eyes don't close. They just step back to be able to see the forest from the trees. I love y'all.